Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I am your guide to wisdom. Thank you for joining us today. This is day 23 of our trek, and this week we'll be looking at the 25 ways to turn failure into success. Yesterday we looked at the stepping stones number 1 through 5, and today we will continue with 6 through 10. We will focus on 5 each day so that our wisdom nuggets will be easy to digest. We are recording our podcast from our studios in Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina today, and we have another busy week lined up. In addition to our regular client work, I have been invited to be a guest on 2 other podcasts this week. We have an on-site visit with one client, and then we're back heading to the big house in Marietta, Ohio this coming weekend. We are never wanting for something to do as we endeavor to enjoy life's journey each day. Thank you so much for coming along with us on our trek of life as we consider you our friend. It is our desire to also be your guide and mentor as we navigate the rugged trails that each of us encounter daily. As we continue on, we want to use 5 more stepping stones as we traverse the trails before us. Our lives are filled with obstacles, difficulties, and at times failures. Here are 5 more ways that we can navigate over, under, around, or through the obstacles of life. Number 6, the more you fail, the more you will learn. While we should not purposely fail, we need to thrive on the wisdom and experience that we gain from failing. We need to soak it in, to embrace it. Our objective each day should be to make a positive difference in the lives of others through taking actions. When we take smart actions, we should never fear failure. We need to persevere in spite of the failures. Every failure is a learning opportunity on how not to do something or how to do it better. If we're going to be an achiever, then to some extent, failure is the way of life. Every failure makes us more determined to succeed. Failure and defeat are life's greatest teachers, but sadly, most people don't want to go there. So stepping stone number 6 is learn from your failures. Number 7, failure can be positive or negative. Failure is a learning tool. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Failure is trying to do things others have not considered. It is a temporary byproduct of creativity. It is challenging and a learning process. A reporter once asked Thomas Edison, "How do you feel about failing 1,000 times?" Edison replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention that took 1,000 steps." So stepping stone number 7, failures are steps to success. Number 8, failure is an experiential education at work. To be a real winner in life, you need to endure failure and the agony it produces. Success is achieved when we are willing to take risk and lose. Most people choose to engage in occupations and activities that are safe and predictable. If you enjoy that type of occupation, do the very best you can and enjoy each day. But for many people, those occupations don't deliver satisfaction, fulfillment, or the joy in living. If you find yourself in that position, then for you, failure is not to move in the direction of your dreams. If you desire something more, then take action. Decide whether or not the goal is worth the risk involved. If it is, stop worrying and pursue your dreams, or your only failure will be taking no action. So stepping stone number 8, failure provides experiential education. Number 9, failure can be a weapon. We can learn discipline through failures. It allows us to sharpen ourselves against the grindstone of failure. We do not need to make excuses for failure. Allow it to be a weapon of a determination to succeed. Although you might fail incredibly, you might succeed incredibly, and that's why incredible risk and courage are required. Fail or succeed, either way, you'll learn more than ever about your strengths, talents, and resolve, and you'll strengthen your will for the next challenge. So sharpen your success weapons on the grindstone of failure. Stepping stone number 9 is use failures as a weapon to succeed. And number 10, failures program us for success. Every failure has a built-in mechanism to autocorrect and reprogram you for success. Therefore, think of failures as a way of programming you to improve and succeed. When we fail, we naturally activate the autocorrect mechanism, which provides us with the tools needed to work successfully the next time. You've got to keep finding better ways to run your life, or someone else will take what you've accomplished, improve on it, and be very pleased with the results. So stepping stone number 10 is program failures into success. We are continuing our practical lessons from scriptures on how failures resulted in success. Yesterday we left off with Moses' father-in-law Jethro rebuking him for how he handled the administration of cases that were brought to him for judgment. Up until this point, Moses was handling the entire workload himself. That sounds like something that I would attempt. If you've missed yesterday's podcast or journal, make sure you go back to catch up on the story. So let's continue with our story in Exodus 18, verses 19 through 23. And Jethro said, "Now listen to me, and let me give you a word of advice, and may God be with you. You should continue to be the people's representative before God, bringing their disputes to Him. Teach them God's decrees, and give them His instruction. Show them how to conduct their lives, but select from all the people some capable, honest men who fear God and hate bribes. Appoint them as leaders over groups of 1,000, 100, 50, and 10. They should always be available to solve the people's common disputes, but have them bring the major cases to you. Let the leaders decide on the small matters themselves. They will help you to carry the load, making the task easier for you. If you follow this advice, and if God commands you to do so, then you will be able to endure the pressures, and all these people will go home in peace. Notice this wise advice from Jethro to solve the issues of Moses. Moses was floundering and struggling with keeping up with the workload. You might say he was failing in his ability to handle this situation. Jethro's first advice to Moses was to let him know that he was still in charge and responsible for what goes on, but he does not have to do all the work himself. In fact, we already saw that he was not capable of doing so. He instructed Moses to teach others to handle the matters of disputes, except for the very major ones. But Moses had to make sure that he chose not only capable, but also honest men who would execute the laws properly. You can see from these instructions that most modern societies have their court systems patterned after these suggestions. Well, tomorrow we will see if Moses actually took Jethro's advice. And that will finish our podcast for today. Tomorrow, join us for the stepping stones number 11 through 15 on our journey to turn failure into success. Please check into camp tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. As always, I encourage you to leave a discussion topic, comment, suggestion, or question about this podcast on the Contact Us page of our website, or email me at guthrie@venturecg.com. We'd love to have the interaction from fellow members of our Wisdom Trek team. And please subscribe on iTunes or the player of your choice so that Wisdom Trek will be downloaded to you automatically each day. We also have a subscribe to podcast page on wisdom-trek.com. And if you haven't done so already, please leave us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher. This will mean so much to us and help us to determine how we're doing and how we can serve you better. And then spread the word to everyone you know to join us on Wisdom Trek. And I thank you in advance for that. And as we take our trek together, as always, let us live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy the journey, and create a great day. See you tomorrow.